Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be explaining basically the process of me going through my senior collection. I have my iPad here. If you guys see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at my iPad. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube. I can finally say now that I'm definitely back. I've graduated. I literally just graduated earlier this month basically, so I guess it's like about to be a full month officially, so I'm like happy that I'm finally like out of school and I'm done. If you guys want me to do like I guess like a chit chat video of like where life's been and everything since I've graduated and like how school was in general for me, I can do a video on that. But I'm really excited to finally be back, and I want to really start being more consistent on here like I used to when I was younger. So yeah, I'm really excited about this new journey I'm about to go on with you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy the content that I want to start bringing to this channel. So yeah, today I really just wanted to do a process video of my senior collection. I know that you guys saw the post that I made previous to this one. I don't know if you've all watched it, but that video is basically my fashion film of my senior collection, and in this video I'm going to be explaining my whole concept behind everything, the film, and then the pieces in general. So to start off, the name of my collection is, well, I guess I'll sort of give you like a little backstory to like where I've been, just like a little bit. So I went to school at the Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta, like at the Atlanta campus. The main campus is in Savannah, but I did not want to be there, so I decided to go to Atlanta instead. That's where I've been the last 4 years, and then I officially graduated on June 1st, 2022, so I'm super excited that I'm finally over with school, because I'm done. I'm so done. I'm over it. But I'm on to the next, and I'm excited about what's next to come. So for my senior year, we had to do a senior thesis, and for my collection, it was hard getting to what I really wanted to do for this collection, but I sort of was able to discover it through like the first quarter when we were really developing everything. So my collection is named Cultivate, and the basis in a nutshell of what my collection is, to describe it, would be the evolution of self through spiritual, mental, and emotional aspects. I basically was just trying to explore energy and figure out ways in how I can cultivate myself to a higher energy. I don't think I really talked about it that much on this channel, but I'm very big on self-care and self-love and just like self-development kind of stuff, and I have been like that since probably like 8th grade, I would say. So it's always been like a big part of me, and with this collection it was a very personal collection because I basically was trying to depict starting at lower emotions, so anxiety, depression, loss, fear, and then raising yourself to those higher emotions that you're trying to cultivate for yourself. So blissfulness, joy, happiness, love, all those things that we're all trying to achieve for ourselves. So the whole collection, I guess what you can say, is sort of just like a transformation of self, like I was saying earlier. So from starting in those lower points with yourself and trying to reach those higher points for yourself in terms of feeling and emotion. So that was a lot. And you're probably wondering how I was able to do this through fashion, because that's like a really heavy topic. But I basically was doing this through draping, like the way that I would drape on my pieces, and then I also did pattern making, or not pattern making, well I did pattern making but not that, textile design. So I designed a bunch of prints, and then I narrowed it down to 3 different prints that I ended up using on a few of my pieces throughout my collection. So right now on my iPad, I'm looking at my mood board, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. To start off, when we make a collection, we always start with a vision board or a mood board. So for my mood board, I basically put together a bunch of visuals of what I thought what I just described my collection would be in like pictures, or just like things that I thought gravitated to what I was trying to do. So yeah, this is my mood board. It's very euphoric, I would say, and sort of like futuristic, and I made a second version of it which is a little more like minimal and just some more visuals of like what came to my mind when I thought about what I'm trying to put out with this collection. Then I have a couple sketches of things that I've done on top of like I basically draw on top of pictures sometimes, of like if I had an idea for a design, sometimes like you'll sketch over it. So I have some images here of like what I was thinking that I wanted to do with some of my pieces in my collection, because I love making showstopper pieces, and I wanted that piece to be like sort of like the most dramatic one. And this is like me basically sketching over some already found images and like what I wanted to do basically. And then I have like some photos of like my draping process, and like how I explored to get to the final pieces. So now I'm looking at like my prints. For my prints, like I said, I'm trying to raise lower frequency to higher frequency. So for me, I also explored that through color, and color was also a big part of my collection. So in the first couple pieces, you'll see that I started with darker colors, so like purples, blues, black, and then I raised through the next few pieces, I basically raised the colors up to be warmer colors, so like oranges, reds, pinks, and that kind of feel. So I did the same with the prints and making prints around those kind of colors. So now just to like go through each of the looks. So for my first look, like I said, I'm trying to basically depict anxiety, depression, loss, fear, confusion. These first 2 looks are what emotions I'm trying to cultivate, or at least trying to display through my work. And I did that through the print that I made, which is the first print that you guys saw, and then also the way that I'm draping, and the colors obviously. So I used a lot of purples, blues, some green. Surprisingly, the first look, honestly all my looks took mad long to make. So regardless, this whole collection took like a lot of time. So the pants in the first look were a look that a lot of my classmates and my professor really liked, and I think they were also probably like my favorite pants as well in the collection that I made. I used satin to drape over some denim pants that I also upcycled, and honestly that was like the start of my collection. Like those were the first things I made, and from there everything else just sort of unraveled around these pants, to be honest. So yeah. And then the second look, I added the same kind of like manipulation thing on the coat, because after that I just sort of like kept doing that kind of manipulation style for the pieces to come. And then going into the next 2 looks, the emotions I was trying to cultivate or trying to depict were breakthrough, growth, sort of like you're finding yourself and you're still like trying to figure it out, but like you've gotten to a point where you're trying to find yourself, and that's what I was trying to depict through these 2 looks. So the black dress is also one of my favorites that I made, and is also like a favorite that people have told me that they really liked. But yeah, this look and then the look after is basically sort of like, so you found yourself or you're starting to find yourself, but you're still sort of like in those lower emotions, and then the look after is sort of like with all the colors on it, it's sort of trying to represent how you're trying to absorb all of those positive energies again back into yourself. So that was like the concept behind the fourth look. And then the last two looks, because we only did 6 looks for our collection, this is the 2 looks that are trying to depict blissfulness, joy, happiness, and you reaching that level of self-love for yourself. So yeah, the jacket in look 5 was my showstopper piece, as you can see. A lot of people love this look as well. I also did the manipulations on the jacket, sleeves, and on the hood part of the, I don't know why I just did that, on the hood part of the coat. And they're also detachable, the sleeves and the hood. So that was like really fun to make. I always love making jackets. I think I made a couple jackets on this channel too, but yeah, those 2 were my favorites. And then the last look was sort of like you being reborn. Same emotions, but you're basically being reborn, and you're understanding that self-growth is like a cycle, and you're gonna probably end up being in a low point again, but you understand that you can always get yourself back to being happy and appreciative and just back to where you want to be, and that you're not alone, basically. So it sort of is like a whole cycle through look 1 to look 6 that I'm trying to spread awareness to, of like self-growth and like the journey that someone can go through. And it was like my own personal journey that I was going through. But yeah, and then through the film, the whole concept for my film is like me going through each of those emotions through each 2 looks. So look 1 and 2, look 3 and 4, and then look 5 and 6. And I also picked those 3 songs specifically thinking about self-growth in particular. So the settling song that I did with Summer Walker, I chose that one because to me, I was thinking about it in the sense of like you wanting to stay with the person that you're comfortable with, like stay with the version of yourself you're comfortable with, but you want to grow, but you know you're going to settle anyway because you don't want to push yourself enough. And then the second song that I chose was Billie Eilish, My Future, and then I chose that because it's basically, I know it's talking about something else, but for me, I was thinking about it in the sense of you obviously wanting to be your best version of yourself, and you finding that version of yourself, falling in love with yourself, and just like discovering that version of yourself and that whole little like love journey that you go through, and knowing that you deserve better. And that's what I got from that song. And then the last song I chose was Reborn because I mean, it makes sense in the name. But with that song, basically talking about how you're strong enough and that you are valued and that you're loved and that you can reach the version of yourself that you're trying to achieve, and it's possible, and to not give up, basically. So I basically wanted those 3 songs to flow into each other in the video, and that's what we did, and I think it came out really good, so I'm really happy about it. That's basically the whole explanation of my collection. I want to continue to do more work and just like more videos and stuff around like self-growth and self-love and stuff like that. So if you guys would like to see more videos like that, around any kind of topics. Definitely comment below what kind of topics you'd want to hear me talk about. Yeah, because that's like been something that's super personal to me for a long time, and I want to continue to be able to help people and just like spread awareness for mental health and self-growth and that kind of development for people who are trying to rebuild themselves and stuff like that, because I'm also still on that journey for myself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was like super short, well, not really, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really excited about where my YouTube is gonna start going, and yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go now, but I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.